man a OG, man a half humble, man a bossy.
So hi guys, welcome to my channel, Datz-Lyf. So today I thought I'll do a video about breastfeeding. So some of the things you didn't know, obviously, or the things you're gonna basically find out if you are pregnant, you're gonna find out after you're pregnant when it comes to your breast. And also some of the items that will come quite handy, as in what you might need, things you should consider buying, you know, in case you are struggling. I'm going to talk about some of the things that I found quite difficult when it came to breastfeeding after I've had the baby and stuff. So yeah, so we're going to start with, when I had my baby, she's 9 weeks now, and I absolutely have no problems whatsoever with breastfeeding. She breastfeeds fine. The only thing is, at the time when I first had her, I think I went through 2 weeks where I was ready to throw in the towel and give up, because it is so hard to do breastfeeding. You know, like my breasts were really sore, and I went through the engorgement stage where they just got really big, like rock hard, and you know, she was breastfeeding, but I think she wasn't latching on properly. So what they do tell you is when the baby's latching on, so that's your nipple there, they've got to basically have their lip quite around it, and you know, their bottom lip should kind of go up. So the way they're sucking, you can tell they're really, you know, but as my little one wasn't doing it properly to start with, so it gave me really sore, chapped nipples, which then like was really hard for me, because you know, when she was hungry, it's like I would try and avoid having to feed her, maybe giving her a bottle or something, because it was that sore. But then if I didn't feed her, they would get so healed up that basically they just it was like going into a cut after it's healed and then opening it up again. So basically that was happening, and sometimes I had little bits of skin that was just basically healing off and just needed to be peeled off. So it was really hard for me, and so I spoke to the midwife, and she recommended a few creams and that. So she recommended me some creams. So I got this, and it's by Lansinoh, I think that's how you say it. It's HPA, it's completely natural. Baby can actually use it, even if you've got it on your nipple, you don't need to worry about wiping it away. It's completely fine. The baby can go straight onto your breast to breastfeed, even if you got this cream on there. So what I was doing is, after I breastfed, I would put some of this cream, just like a tiny amount, pull it around my nipple, and on my nipple obviously, and I would cover up also any wet pads that you've got, you know, because I had ordered some of these bamboo breast pads. So a little towel like, I got these, and if you've got them on and they're a bit wet, don't leave it on, take it off and basically get a really dry one. So when you put this on, it basically allows it to dry up. And sometimes if your milk is not leaking, you're absolutely fine. I would say probably wear a dressing gown and let your breasts be free to get some fresh air in that, so they're not all the time in moisture and stuff. So it gives it a quicker healing process. So I did that basically for a while, and what I was doing is I would put cream on that one, and she'll breastfeed off this one, and then, you know, after like, you know, a while, then she'll breastfeed back on this one, and I'll give this one. So they'll both, eventually my breasts both got back to normal, and my nipples weren't sore anymore. And it's only now I'm starting to really enjoy breastfeeding. And guys, it's not easy, because now I'm like, you know, she's 9 weeks, so you know, you can tell there's a big difference, you know, from then and now. It's taken me quite a while, you know. So we are in a really good routine. I do breastfeed her a lot of the times. I've got express milk in a freezer, but I also top up with Aptamil, the first stage milk, which basically, because my milk wasn't coming so regularly when I first started breastfeeding, I used a top up, which basically helped with just basically getting her the extra milk she needed and the calories so she can put on weight. I was just worried she was not going to be the right weight. But yeah, as far as those, so yeah, I got these off Amazon, and you get 12 of them in a pack, and they are quite handy. So you put them in with your bra, and I got myself 3 packs of these. Well, I got 1 pack off a friend who bought them for me, and I really like them, so I got another 2 packs, and they're quite handy. I always put some in my carry bag for the day, just in case my milk gets a bit too much. I can basically change my pad over, because nothing worse than walking around with like a wet boob. And then so with that, so let's go on to the expressing bit. So with my actual milk, so my expressing, I actually bought myself some of these Tommee Tippee little express and go little bags. So these, you store your milk in them and you put it in the fridge. And I ordered these and I did find them handy, quite handy, especially because they go with this express bottle, which is by Tommee Tippee as well. And you can get this off Amazon. I got mine off Amazon. And the way it works is, so you take the lid off, you put it in there, and it clicks in, and obviously you would have the milk in there. You then close that up like that, and there you go. That's your milk in there. You've got your lid, and you basically, after you've warmed it up, you just give it to your baby. Voila. So it's quite a simple thing, but at the moment I'm not really using it, but at the time there was a time where I did really use it and it was quite handy. So, you know, you've got this as well, and they're quite helpful and stuff. So if you're wanting to not bother with bottles and having to pour it into the bottle and do all of that stuff, because, you know, sometimes you're in such a hurry, you don't have time for all of that fussing about. It came up like really handy for me, and it kind of saves you the time of trying to get the bottles out and just use the bags. And once you've used these bags, you just get rid of them and throw them away. And in the pack you actually get 20 of them. So I just stopped buying these and using them, only because I just thought buying these little plastics and, you know, keep on buying and buying, for me it wasn't worth it. But what I did find more handy was buying these, which are Avent ones. So the Avent ones, and you get 10 of them in the pack, and 2 of them are like this. You put them on what's it called, in a bottle. It's meant to basically be able to be used as an actual bottle, like a pump adapter. Put your pump onto it for you, if you've got an Avent pump to go with it. But I don't, so I just use the little containers that I did buy, and I put my milk in them, and when I'm finished with them and I've emptied it, it's easy to wash. I found these were a lot better because I can just wash them when I'm done with them and use them. So I've got at the moment about 8 of these in the fridge, and this is like breast milk in the pack. And then, so breast pumps, I actually bought 2 pumps. I bought a Tommee Tippee one, which is a manual one, because I first actually bought this Bella pump, which are both on Amazon. And basically the Bella one, a friend of mine recommended it to me, and it was actually quite useful. But the thing I found really hard about it was the fact that because my nipples were really sore at the beginning, I didn't really want to use it, because it was quite strong, and, you know, it's pulling, because it's a proper suction to get the milk out. And when your nipples are really sore, the last thing you need is like really kind of a tight, like, you know, sucking stimulation kind of thing in your nipples, because they really are sensitive and they were sore. So I kind of didn't use it as much. But when I did first use it, I thought, if you do use it and your nipples are sore, I would probably say use it on a level 1. Start on level 1 and then go to a level 2, so it's like a little bit of a suction, so your nipples get used to it. But once they've healed over, I now actually use the strongest one, and it's got different settings, you know, on there, and it's really, really good. It's just that it makes noise for me, so sometimes on the night I prefer to use my manual one, because it's quiet. On the night I don't have to go downstairs and sit by myself. I can just sit in the bed, get the pump, pull it on my breast, and basically pump away. But yeah, also this Bella one, it also comes with this on it, and it's got 2 pumps with it, and you basically put them both there like that, and you just hold it for like a good 5 minutes, 10 minutes, you know, on your breast, and you get the milk in there. Finish, pour it out, do what you want to do with it. And the Avent one, it's a manual one, so you put it on there and you basically just sit there, and it's, you know, it's actually painless. Like this, if you have got sore nipples, I would say start off with something like this, because it actually doesn't hurt, because my nipples were really sore, and I was able to pump milk with this without feeling like I needed to cry, or I don't know, purchase some new nipples. Which, get into that, I actually did buy some breastfeeding nipples, or even just nipples to put on top of my nipples, like, you know, because they were sore. So guys, I actually bought these, and they're by Lansinoh again, and basically what they are nipple shields. So what they do is, my nipples were really sore and I didn't want direct contact because they were really hurting me, and at one point I was going to give up, so I ordered some of these and I thought they would be quite handy. So basically it comes in a pack like this. They're like really super thin, and you basically put a bit of breast milk in there and then you place it over your nipple and put it in there quite well, and you can put your baby to then breastfeed on there, because at the time I couldn't stand her going on my nipple. It just really hurt. Also, when you're buying them, there's different sizes, so make sure you check and see that, you know, what you're picking is the right size. You know, you've got to look at your nipple and think, you know, what size are you going to be? And for me, this is the size that I needed. And you've got to think, I've got little nipples, I've got huge nipples, I've got medium nipples. Everyone's got different nipples, so these are quite handy. You know, they help with that direct contact if your nipples are really sore. So there's something to look into. But yeah, so guys, that's all I want to talk about today. Just, yeah, and I will also say on the night, make sure you put some of this cream when you first start breastfeeding, just so it gives it time for your breast to heal over. Also have a bath as well if your milk is not coming out properly, but you can feel your breasts are rock hard. What helped with me is sitting in a bath, soaking in warm water for a while, and when I came out, it's like I'd given my breast a massage. Like the milk was coming free flowing, which was quite helpful. But other than that, if you are breastfeeding and it's so hard, don't give up. It's not an easy process. It's not as easy as putting a baby to the nipple and breastfeeding and yeah, the milk comes out, voila. It's not that easy. For me, when I'm breastfeeding, the best positions for me is getting her here and her head there and just sitting kind of like on my lap. And the other position is when I'm in the bed and I'm like that to the side and she's laying to my side and I feed her there. But I can't do any other position, so but that's what works for me. And you know, I'm still learning. It's not easy, but it's been good, and she's put on weight, so I'm obviously doing something right. But anyways guys, thank you for watching my video and I hope it's helpful. I'll put a link in the video, link in the bottom of the video of all the products that I have used in that, so you guys click on the link, go and check it out and see what you need. I'm not doing a sponsorship or promotional thing, it's just literally to help other mums, so you can have a look at what items you might be able to purchase that will help you in the future with your baby and yourself to feel good about breastfeeding and your breast. Okay, so guys, thank you for watching my video. Like, share, subscribe, and I shall see you guys again. Bye.
I'm just in my zone. You be lying if you said I wasn't something that you're into. Don't be starting in front of your friends, you know what I'm into. Don't need to hide it. You could